Hello, and I have a video bat. For those who don't know, in the LEGO YouTube community, there is one YouTube channel known as brickset who talks about all kinds of LEGO products, even the knockoff ones, different history of it, and everything related to LEGO. Great channel, and I've had the pleasure to meet him in person multiple times. So, every once in a while, he will host Bat. Brickstar Answers Thingy. It's kind of a Q&A or just answering questions from the community about different topics related to Lego. It could be about his personal interest in Lego. It could be about the programs that Lego fans use, such as the website Bricklink for buying and selling Lego products. And this one's kind of somewhere in the middle. This is something that I'm sure everybody uses at one point or another when it comes to Lego related content, something for the products itself, about customer service. I had a couple of sets recently that I picked up from Facebook Marketplace, and they were marked as used, but they were at a pretty good deal, and I still looked through what the parts were, and I was still willing to get them. It didn't seem like they were in any bad condition, but three Minecraft sets for basically the price of almost two of them at a retail price. And these are older ones, so it was actually a pretty good bundle of them. But that's not the point here. The point is, the seller said that there are some parts missing from each of those sets, and if I wanted to get the replacements, I can order them through LEGO's customer service. And this is a familiar service to me. LEGO has an offer on their website for customer service where if pieces go missing to a set, you can actually type in the set number. Sometimes they ask for the quality control number that's on a box or on the instructions or somewhere in the set itself, and then be able to identify what parts are missing. They'll send them out to you sometime later in the mail at no charge. That is a great service, and it has been helpful for me in the past with occasional sets here and there that were missing some parts. Sometimes, I remember way back when they had the LEGO Creator X Pods, which was, I want to say, the early 2000s, they actually sent me a whole nother copy of the set for some reason. I don't know if that will still happen nowadays. I think now it's just the individual parts, but they have to be hand-picked, so therefore it takes a little bit of time. The question is, can I still do that for a set that's no longer in stores and I never bought it, sealed in the first place? Keep in mind, all three of the Minecraft sets that I picked up recently were already used. This is a second-handed experience from somebody else who had already played with the sets. So it could really easily be a fault of the person who sold them. They just had those pieces missing, and they could be wandering around even at their house, and I have no idea. I've already inspected two of the sets so far, and I can tell what pieces are missing. They're not completely rare ones, but they're ones I could probably find in my collection and be able to substitute. That's the right word. The third one I still have to go through because it's a bigger set. But the other question is, even if it was a sealed copy of the set, never opened, factory sealed, etc., even if it was years after the original release, would they be able to supplement that? I have a feeling that's probably not the case. If something is already obsolete and no longer available on the store shelves, they're probably not keeping track of all the manufacturing that goes into that product. But I have no real experience with that to talk about it for certain. Most of the ones, if I have done this service, have been during the release period of those products. They were still available on shelves, noticed it shortly after, and then rectify the problem. I think I had one time where it was kind of fell on deaf ears. I don't know why, but it was something that was just like, oh, I noticed these pieces were missing, and I never heard anything back. If I recall correctly, that might have actually been a Western set, which is much older, but the parts were still in the parts library. They were still being produced. That's what made it a little bit of a weird thing. It's like, well, these parts still exist. They're just used for a different set from a different time period. Does that make it wrong? Does that make it rejected? I mean, nothing ever came back to me in fault of that. And nothing was, and when I got those sets, like I said, again, they were used, but they were also obsolete. So it kind of makes me wonder if that's the kind of thing that could happen. If a set was discontinued, unopened, and missing parts when it was finally opened, would they fulfill that? Would there be something to that? I know that when they do the quality control thing, there are it doesn't require the number every single time. There is an option in there like, oh, I don't have the box anymore, it doesn't have the tabs or whatever, so I'm gonna have to use something else in order to verify the set. And that can happen. um, but that's something I've always wondered was like, can that be fixed? Or is that a kind of thing where it's like, well, it's kind of in your hands now because we don't manufacture that set anymore? And I'm also thinking because it's a licensed set, that's probably also not the case either. Like already had their contract, they're still running a contract with Mojang and making Minecraft sets, but this particular product is no longer in shelves. It's no longer there, so I don't think that's going to be a thing where it's like, oh, we can help with that. Even if the parts are still made, it's like, well, we've made this many copies of the set, they're distributed all over the world, and you're getting the second-handed. Like, even if I don't tell them that's second-handed, I don't know if that would still change anything. I also make me wonder about it because a friend of mine, Sega, who actually joined in the live chat when this video aired, was also curious about that with the instruction manuals. He was looking at trying to get the instruction manuals hard copy of the Statue of Liberty that came out in the early 2000s, the one that's almost entirely built out of sand green parts. Um, I was pretty much expecting the same thing that what he got is the fact that no, they don't produce the instruction manual anymore. They have PDFs of those online through the Lego website and other websites that also have PDFs of them as well. And if you wanted to find a hard copy of them, you would have to search for somebody who had the set via Bricklink, eBay, whatever site there was available. So that's what I have here to throw out there. It also came up with something recently because a friend of mine over on Instagram actually sent me a direct message about something. I don't know if I could redeem this. This is a little bit of a branch off of everything else here. But a friend of mine was asking about, oh, Lego had a recall for this Duplo Super Truck. And he's well aware. I've had this thing for a while, but I didn't have the original one back in the day. My original copy of it was already taken out of my house, like as part of the recall. And then the ones I got later were just second-handed. So the question was, can I fill out the recall form and still be eligible for the offer they extended through it? It was a little bit of store credit, basically. I have a feeling that's probably not the case. I haven't filled out the thing because I didn't know how far I would actually get with it or if it would actually lead to anything. I don't know how long for any product, whether or not it's a toy, how long that recall redemption offer is available. I would imagine it's got to be for a while because you have the thing on the market. It could have, not been brought back by everybody right away. But we're also talking about something that's almost 20 years old at this point. The product came out in the early 2000s, so it's almost 20 years old. And again, I got it second-handed. So if there was anybody who was going to redeem the offer, it would be the person before me who had that product. I honestly don't know. I just wanted to throw this curious little bit of information out there and see where we go from it. I'm actually going to look at the live chat right now to see what everyone said so far, and you can also leave your comments down below. I know I said in the beginning it was a Brickstar answer thingy, but I'm welcoming anyone's opinion or experience with this matter. I'm sure some other people have gone back and tried to find replacement parts for older or discontinued Lego sets. So I'm just going to throw a few things in here. First of all, acknowledging the chat. Welcome Adakin, JB Brick Fanatic, Sega, and Lego Boss 123. Thank you for joining me. I was actually going to do this as a recorded video, but then I was like, it's more fun doing it this way. So, Sega's eating mac and cheese. That's cool. I knew that. I wonder where this question came from. Yeah, shout out to Sega who actually brought up the question to me, but it was also something I was curious about and was like, oh, might as well make a video for it. JB Brick Fanatic says I would say no. If it's sealed, yes, they should give you missing pieces. I guess that would be regardless of the year. I also feel like that would also depend on the pieces themselves. I mean, if you have a Lego set where the pieces themselves are obsolete, they don't make those pieces anymore. Like, say you had, I don't know, a Bionicle set from 2001, brand new, sealed, missing parts when you open it. They don't really make that many Bionicle pieces or certain kinds of them the way they used to. And those were pieces that were available for quite a while and in different colors and such. I don't think they could really start manufacturing that piece again just to replace it. That wouldn't make any kind of sense to me. It would basically be a losing end for them because of the production involved with it. They probably don't have the molds for it anymore. I don't know how the factory works. I've never been there or known anyone closely working with it, but I would imagine something like that would happen where it's like, okay, we've finished with this product or this part for the product, and therefore you can't really do anything else with it. I mean, sure they have replacement parts all over the place, or I'm sure they have what's the word, duplicates of parts all over the place, but they're used for different things, and they're probably not going to have something especially specialized that they're going to be ready to replace it with. And let's see, hashtag the ponder. Yeah, absolutely. And well, yeah, we'll do a quick little thing here. So Lego Boss 123. What's your favorite Ninjago set? If you count the Lego Ninjago movie, right there. No, that's the Ghostbusters. Sorry, right there. That's the one. Ninjago City. It's one of my favorite Lego sets of all time at this point. It's remarkable. And I'm looking forward to, at some point, building Destiny's Bounty and the Ninjago City docks to pair up alongside it. I don't know if how well they're going to fit on the same shelf, but it's immaculate. I don't use that word for Lego products that much, or products in general, but it's worth it. If we're not talking Ninjago, or the Ninjago movie, I should say, then out of the mainline Ninjago sets, I would say the Battle for Ninjago City. Not just because it has the same name. I really did like the structure of that building, even though I don't have the set anymore, but I enjoyed it for quite a while, several years. But it is something that I really enjoyed building it. It had a neat construction and had a lot of different places to move around figures and different things to move around. The lighthouse was also a really good set. I really enjoyed that one. Again, being a multi-layer structure. I like the play sets. I like play sets a little bit more than vehicles, 9 times out of 10 in any Lego theme, licensed or not. So it is fun. We actually get to interact more with the minifigures in a playset environment compared to a vehicle where it's like, oh, you just slide them in there and then you move the whole thing. No, with the playset, you have that as a structure. You have to move the figures around it. Hello. Anywho, that's the long and short of that answer. If the part is out of production, there's no way they'll make it special. Yeah, that's what I thought as well. I mean, from what I've figured out so far in the Lego Minecraft sets, there's not a lot missing. I mean, for this one in particular, the farm, the biggest things that I need to look for again are dark brown 2x2 round plates. I'm sure I have them around. They may not be the most obvious red 2x4 brick or something like that. I mean, no, those are rare. Sorry, excuse me. They may not be the most obvious pieces around, but I'm sure I've had them in my collection at some point. So I could still look for that. For all I know, I've had a couple of used Minecraft sets recently, and they may just be mixed in with another one. Who knows? Maybe even between these sets themselves, the pieces could have been mixed in between, and it's actually there in the first place. The other one I've inventoried so far was the Lego Minecraft Crafting Box 1.0. I haven't really figured out yet if everything is there, but I've been starting to build some of the mini modules that go with it, and it seems mostly complete. It's nothing, like figures-wise seemed there. It's been in individual blocks, it seemed fine, but I will still have to go through that and figure everything out. I actually have a whole bunch of Minecraft sets now to go through, thanks to Brick Fair, Alabama, where I picked up a whole bunch of them. If you haven't seen that video, that was a live stream after I came home. The mine is still another one I have to go through, but it's pretty beefy. I'd have to imagine it has most of the pieces again in there, and whatever is missing must be minor. I mean, most of these sets have had like very basic elements to them, like 2x2s, 2x4s, plates, bricks, tiles, nothing too exclusive. And even for colors, light bluish gray, dark green, lime green, or bright green, that's the right one. Blue, transparent blue, a lot of basic colors. Nougat is something that every once in a while is like, oh, I don't think I have many of those nougat colors pieces, but I haven't found them missing yet. So that's a good sign. And let's just wrap things up real quick. I wonder if Joey knows what my least favorite Ninjago set is. I don't know. I can only imagine. No, I know. I'm just don't want to say it. I don't want to say it here. Um, I'm going to see if Joey knows. If he doesn't, I'll tell. Oh, well, now you put the ball in my court. All right. Uh, it's in Jago City. I know because you told me about how you enjoyed building this. But yeah, I'm pretty sure it was that. I know a couple people who were, interested in the Lego Ninjago movie sets. They didn't like Master Falls. I don't quite understand it, and they have the right to their own opinion, but that's something I actually really liked. I enjoyed building that one, and I think Sega and I both built that and the jellyfish set. I don't remember who built what, but I definitely enjoyed when it was done and playing with it. Again, I like the play sets. That one's just a big bridge. Welcome BFAP to the stream. I'm not going to be on here for too long, but I still wanted to throw a few things in here. Yep, I was right. Ninjago City. Yeah. It is a very tedious build. I will give it, a lot for that. And there are a few parts where it definitely was like you had to step back a few steps in the instruction, make sure you have it right. The tiles, the grill, the that sand green thing. I'm so glad I don't move it that much now. Let's put it that way. Going good. So, that's all I really had to say. I probably dragged this out a little bit more than needed to, but hey, it's a live stream and that's always going to happen. Maniac for tangents, am I right? So I'm just going to end this off with a quick thing here. I will be hosting a live stream on this channel tomorrow, about between 10 a.m. and 1 p.m. It may fluctuate in time, maybe a little bit earlier, so just be on the lookout for that through the socials. End it with a quick dance. I don't have any music. I gotta dance to music. So anywho, just a quick thing there. I will be building some sets. I'll be talking with you guys. It is my birthday, so I'm gonna make it a little bit more special with I will answer the kind of questions you guys have about my opinions of Lego stuff. I actually wanted to do this. I'll talk about it more in a separate video, but I was actually gonna do it as a series through the month of January called Joeyuary, and I've alluded to it once or twice, but I'll touch on more of those details sometime later. I actually want to do a thing starting this year called monthly recaps or something to that effect. So that is going to be old tomorrow. Yeah. Hey, I didn't start growing gray hair now. I've already been old for a couple of years. Anywho, I'm going to start a thing called monthly recaps or Maniac for Bricks Direct. I don't know what the case is going to be, but the basic idea is that going over every month and seeing what goals I had, whether or not I announced them on the channel, and did I fulfill those goals within the month period or make good progress on it. I'm sure some of these would be things that I would take much longer time with. Things about the YouTube channel in general, I still need to work on a couple details, figuring out in a post-apocalypse state how to work with the videos and social media and everything like that. And also trying to keep things balanced, not make too many things in a stressful amount of time, but make just enough where you guys feel up to date and entertained. There's also things from 2019 that have been dragging over to 2020, not just Kappa, but stuff on the channel itself, or was going to happen there. So I will talk more about that sometime later. But thank you for watching this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. And for those who just joined in, be sure to check back on the earlier part of the video, the first 10 minutes or so, about what this video was about. This was really just, nope, I can't promise that one. I am trying to look for the old file for it, but not now. Be fab. Anywho, if you check back in the earlier part of the video, you'll see what this thing was actually about. This was about retired older Lego sets, whether or not they were opened, whether or not you bought them sealed and after discontinuation, if Lego customer service could help you with them as far as missing parts or instructions, whatever the case may be. I presented it in the beginning as a video bat, but it is a question that anyone in the community can answer as long as they have some experience with it. I look forward to reading more about that in the comments down below. You can also check me out through Discord at Maniac4Bricks. Most of the information should be down in the description if you want to see me on other social media. We'll see you next time with more Lego videos. Have a great weekend, everyone.